good. I'm going to save it for another time.
Yeah,
I'm going to save
yeah.
it for later. Okay, so just finishing off, we've got a couple more topics before we end the episode. One of which is Detonation Focus Me. We didn't know what they were doing all off season. There weren't even really rumblings from their camp. It was just a lot of who cares kind of stuff because of how bad they were this year, genuinely. And they've acquired the Crazy Raccoon roster in a strategic partnership, which I guess just means we don't know how to scout, so please, pretty please give us a roster and we'll run it for you and maybe not lose all our games. Is that just what this is?
That was the actual statement on Twitter, yeah, like that verbatim.
What is this?
What is this?
Yeah.
An amalgamation of talent that were not desired by Zeta Division, but are the next best options.
Does it excite?
I mean, does that sound like an exciting statement
worse.
I just provided? No. I mean, it's just that I think they will be better than they were last year. I'll say that's the positive note.
Can they be worse?
No, they're going to be better. They're going to be better. And that's, don't give me that glass half empty. It's glass half empty.
No, I mean, genuinely, can they be worse than 0 and like 12?
It can.
Well, I mean, they can't, literally.
There's 3 splits this season, and yeah, I mean, I guess they could lose more.
It'll lose more games.
I think there are more games this year for them to lose. But no, I don't think, I think this is just genuinely better and potentially one of the only things that they could have done to like go for a Japanese team and like improve. Obviously last year wasn't really just a full Japanese team, and this year it won't be either because I believe the Jess is still going to be on the roster. I'm not sure who the fuck is getting swapped in or out, but either way, like Crazy Raccoon last year they were second best Japanese team in challengers, right? Like, so you would call them the M80, I guess, of Japan. And they were competing pretty good with Stars, I guess, for the most part, and the other good teams around in Japan. But
yeah, it's quite competitive there because you got Fennel as well. Like a lot of big orgs now in Japan sort of going through there. I wonder if this means that Crazy Raccoon are going to play tier 2
I think
next
I'm
year.
bullshitting, actually.
Like, some like two-way like deal. You know,
I mean,
like
they came fourth in the most recent tournament.
yeah,
But that doesn't
I
mean
think
that they
maybe
weren't
split
second
one
overall. I
when
don't know
something
enough.
was playing. That's like the farthest back I've watched any of the Japanese stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and split 1 they came second. Yeah. But I mean, doesn't this just set them up to be the same thing again pretty much? If they're not putting effort into scouting a good team and they're just trying to run it back with a tier 2 squad that wasn't looking like they were able to, you know, go crazy in Ascension or something like that, doesn't it just set them up to again just be not just a bad team, but a bad team that no one cares about because the Japanese fans already just have Zeta? It just feels like they don't occupy any niche at all. Like they're not even a team that you would want to root for if you're a Japanese fan because you have a much better Japanese team.
The Crazy Raccoon team was loved in Japan, so
Yeah.
I think I
Just
think they
by the
honestly
order
maybe
and stuff.
overtake Zeta in that regard too.
You
just
think?
because of the Crazy Raccoon goes crazy, bro.
But isn't that the
They're-
org or is that the players?
It's the org, but I mean, if
Yeah.
they're partnered, like maybe they just treat them as if they were Crazy Raccoon.
They're not going to overtake Zeta this year, though, because Zeta are going to be a top 10 team in the world, so they're just going to have so much cachet from that alone.
Yeah, okay.
Despite the org being that big, it's just not going to happen. I didn't know this tournament was happening, but I just, because I clicked on Detonation Focus Me on VLR, but on December
Riot
2nd
one?
through 4th, yeah, they're playing in the
Oh,
Riot
but-
Games 1 Pro Invitational.
That's
yeah,
a
but this
troll
tournament
is
is
troll?
like...
Yeah.
It's
Why
the
are
one that
Navi there,
Fnatic
then?
played in last time with DRX
Oh,
and Zeta, where
it's
it was just
that
BO1
one. Okay.
show match games and
Never
no one took it
mind.
seriously.
All right,
I mean,
never
it should be awesome because you've got like Bleed against Na'Vi as the opening match.
I mean, that should be, but
But it's
it
a
won't
BO1
be.
and... I mean, maybe they'll care
There's
about it.
no
Maybe Bleed and
prize
Na'Vi will care
pool.
about it, but there's no prize pool. It's pure show matches. Maybe Bleed will give a shit because it's them showcasing the like changed roster, and an Egoist will really care about turning up on the big stage or something. I don't know, but I hope to God the teams take it seriously because the one last year was a tragedy to watch. It was just a waste of a tournament. Well, it wasn't a waste because the people that attended loved it. It was like It was the tournament that had, what was it, like 16,000 people there or something?
It was huge, yeah.
It was big. I think it might have been
Crowd
13,000.
was having a good time. Yeah.
I think
And
it
I'm
is
sure
more
it'll
like
be
a
big again.
business deal as well. Like Crazy Raccoon are taking over some aspects of like merchandising and shit like that. So I wonder like what this means for Crazy Raccoons in the future, because I think that come 2025, when the partnership teams could potentially change, like Riot's looking at their options. If you see DFM doing badly, and then you see Crazy Raccoon that have been in VALORANT pretty much since the get-go, they have this huge audience, you're probably going to look at wanting to get Crazy Raccoon into your partnered league at that point. So I guess this is DFM literally, if you can't beat them, buy them, or like merge the organization somewhat. So yeah, I think I saw something along those lines, that it was a bit more like a
Do you have a source for that? Because I can't find a source for the strategic partnership.
I might be just gaslighting myself.
Source? I made it up.
It might just be. But like for me to make something up about DFM would require me to care, which isn't really. I think it's probably Reddit. I'm gonna check.
Well, there is. I mean, I'm about to. Everyone in the chat is about to hate me right now. I never run Twitter in light mode, but for some reason it's just changed to light mode on my PC, and I don't use this website enough to really give a shit to change it back. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, kabam!
Oh,
you just got blinded. But yeah, this is Bodog tweeting that DFM announced the acquisition of the roster, and then saying they created a strategic business partnership, and Crazy Raccoon will be primarily handling public relations, video creation, online watch parties and events, and sales. Now, this seems like it's the thing that's allowed within the rules, where it's a Tier 1 team partnering with a Tier 2 team. And Riot basically, if you look at the way that it was allowed, just opened the door and said, you can do whatever you like. As long as it's legal, and as long as there isn't an ownership stake there, you can have basically whatever kind of strategic partnership you like. Like, you can swap players around, you can swap staff around, you can, have them work doing things for you. So it was interesting, or at the time, to speculate about what orgs might do with this, but it looks like Detonation Focus Me were just like, hello, Crazy Raccoon, would you like a spot, but not actually, we own it, but like, would you like to run everything and give us all your players and fans?
Oh, I got a source. It's on the Crazy Raccoon website. I'll link it here. I mean, it might send in Japanese, but I got a translation on Reddit.
Okay.
So,
right.
Crazy Raccoon and DFM have announced that they've signed a comprehensive business partnership agreement to expand the influence of business such as promotions, goods sales, and events, with the aim of sustainable business development for both companies in the esports business. They will collaborate on all aspects of influence of business expansion, mainly in DFM's VALORANT division, such as public relations, video creations, online watch parties and events, and goods productions and sales, by leveraging our respective know-how and existing assets. So I think it's almost like they're going to be using Crazy Raccoon as like a academy team almost, and that like they're going to try and prop DFM's VALORANT sign up. But again, that's my source from Reddit, so take that as you will.
Yeah, I mean, this is on the Crazy Raccoon website, so it makes sense as well. But this is listing how much capital they have as well. I mean, this is listing the Detonation Company as having 10 million yen in capital, and Samurai Kobo Co. is having 1,000 million yen as well. There you go.
I can't see shit there, so all good.
How much yen does the Plat Chat Corporation have?
At least 10. Like, I didn't look really closely, but I think we have at least 10, yeah. How much is a yen?
That's 0.068 United States dollar.
We do.
That's actually that's more than I expected for the Plat Chat Corporation. Actually,
Any members?
By 0.068. Fascinatingly enough.
All right, let's get on to the next topic, which I think is going to be a fairly short one, which is that Gen G made a signing.